everybody. So this is a weekly reading for June 10th through 16th. This is starting off with the astrology, and later we'll have the weekly readings. But we're still in Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, and the North Node being in retrograde. All of this talks about changes, as we know from the previous weeks. Jupiter is inner changes for growth within yourself, expanding yourself as an individual. Saturn brings about letting go of bad habits, negative people, fears, situations, things like that that no longer serve you. Pluto cleans up your life, so you're revisiting challenges that you had in your life. You also may be doing a lot of organizing, okay? North Node talks about your life plan and your life direction, where you're going. It may have changed. You may be revising that. So, Sun being in Gemini for the entire week. It makes you more sociable, intellectual, wanting to know more about why instead of going with the flow. You may have scattered energy because you're so curious about things, about why things are happening. Also, it may make you a little bit unreliable because you're so, I guess, engrossed in the ins and outs of things. So on Tuesday the 12th, we have Mercury in Cancer, and Mercury in Cancer is about, you're dealing with emotional patterns, okay? So, you're thinking about things that stop you from seeing the truth when it comes to love or love situations. You're more receptive and sensitive to situations and people starting that day, okay? How people make you feel. What does it mean? Destiny. Destiny is the wheel of fortune. And this talks about new cycles. It talks about karma, things just turning out the way that they should be. How does this connect with Mercury? Because you're starting to see things. Things are being brought to your attention. Especially coupled with the Sun in Gemini, you're more curious about why things are happening, how they make you feel, paying attention to facts, being more receptive. Wednesday, we start off with the moon in Gemini. A new moon in Gemini, excuse me. So the new moon starts a new cycle, definitely, okay? So you're starting to plant seeds for your future. All the things that you're starting to notice, you're making changes in. You're definitely more open. And because Gemini is that open energy, very fluid, seeing things from all sides. So now you're able to let your future take shape in a different way and not the normal way that things were going. So there's a lot of changes this week. Let's see what we got here. They want all three of these. Okay, so the reason why this Five of Cups shows up is because this is sadness. It's also about letting things go, okay? It's about regrets, stress, things like that. So it's about the loss of something, and that's what happens when you start the new cycle. Because you're planning for the future with the base chakra, this is about more stability, things that you're going to take with you to your future, like actual foundations, okay? And all of this is going to set you up with the knowledge you need to move forward. It's like between you and spirit, you're connected, and now you have a set direction, okay, where you're going. So things are starting to take shape because you have some actual realization of your path. Now, the last thing we have is the Venus in Leo. And Venus in Leo is lots of love energy, okay? So feelings are being expressed. You may express feelings. Someone may express them to you, okay? This is a time where risks are being taken and grand gestures. You may do them. Someone else may, okay? This is also a time where you may be emotional. So if things don't go your way, you could get very upset and lash out. So be careful about that. This is a good time to re-energize or restart relationships. Not ones that are over, but ones that are kind of wishy-washy. Okay? And add a little bit more fun and excitement, because Venus and Leo brings that. It brings about that energy, that fire, that warmth. Not as much about emotion as it is about lust and movement, power, doing things together, exploring new aspects of each other. Interesting. So you have intuition and love begins, which is the Ace of Cups, and this is the High Priestess. Okay, so both of these are good, actually. The intuition, the High Priestess being things are revealed. You're seeing the potential in love situations, in relationships, okay? And you're starting to see that there is effort towards a new beginning. You can have a new beginning. You can re-energize. You can start something over and give it a little bit more oomph, okay? And that is going to move you to a new phase. It's like you're going to start a new journey within your love life, if this is what you want. But the thing is, you have to see the potential, and you have to grab the Ace of Cups. It's not really going to happen on its own. There has to be some sort of action involved. Okay? So thank you so much for listening. I will see you later. Oops. I will see you later for the weekly readings for each sign. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello. This is the weekly reading for June 10th through 16th. And we are going to start with the element of fire. We're going to start with Aries. So Spirit, what do you have for Aries for June 10th through 16th? What would you like for them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of at this time? Whoop. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Lovers, the High Priestess, and the King of Wands. Now, you have 3 major arcana cards already. 4 of Pentacles in reverse and the Star card in reverse. Wow. I say wow because there's a lot of major arcana cards in a little bit of time. So, overall energy here. Letting go. Fear of failure. And not having faith. This week talks about you holding on too tightly out of fear. Fear of losing what you have built. Fear of letting go of something that you maybe should have held on to. There's still fear here. Okay? So it tells me that this week you're going to explore that. You start off with the Knight of Swords. This could be your energy or someone you're dealing with. This is a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Now, this person is moving really quickly. That's a lot of communication. Okay? A lot of movement on a decision. Maybe there's a decision you've made. Okay? Maybe you found love and you're making a decision. It's like you're aware that there is a decision that needs to be made. You're aware that there is a change that needs to be made. Okay? There is potential, and you're evaluating the potential. Especially with it being next to the Lover's card. Maybe you're reviewing a union that you have with someone this week. But you're definitely trying to take control or figure out what the structure is of it. What's its purpose? Okay? What's really interesting is this Seven of Pentacles that comes up in reverse. This talks about not putting the work in. Not receiving what you're supposed to be receiving. So it looks like there is some work being put in, but not the right kind of work or the right amount. You're definitely on a set path. There could be another Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that you're dealing with. But it talks about you being the leader. Okay? And the lead that you're going on isn't getting you where you really want to be. The thing that's really interesting is you know this. But the effort that you're putting in or the things that you're doing this week, Aries, you're not letting spirit handle it. You're trying to take control of the situation. Okay? You have the Moon card and the Magician. This is a very strong week for you. The Moon card is about confrontation. That's the word that I heard for you. Confronting the conversation, especially with this. Confronting your movements is what I'm hearing. Confronting your movements, the structure that you're putting around your relationships. The thing is, you're aware of the choices that you should be making, but you're doing other things. You have control here with the Magician. You are in control of your own destiny and where it is that you go. But you're holding on so tight that you don't even have, it's like you don't have faith in your renewal and your inspiration. It's like you don't have faith. Your card is Teach. The reason why Teach came up, it is the Hierophant. The Hierophant brings about structure, tradition, conformity. It invites you to look at your beliefs, to look at what you're learning, what you're teaching what are you taking out of your experiences? What are you bringing into your life? What are you learning? I'm hearing that it's about you learning about loyalty and dedication, paying attention. I feel like you're split between two areas, two lives. Begging for your attention. It's begging for your attention. Okay? Next we have Leo. Spirit, what do you have for Leos for June 10th through 16th? What would you like them to know? June 10th through 16th for Leos. Lovers. 10 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse, 7 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. On the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is you. You may be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Leo. I feel like this week for you, you have these ideas about what it is that you want to do, how it is that you want to prioritize your life, situations in your life, just everything. You're prioritizing what's important to you. And I feel like this week you're going to be putting them into action. You are this Knight of Wands. There's lots and lots of movement here. And that's what you're going to be focused on, is getting things together. You start off with the Lover's card. There is a bond to something. I'm feeling like you have a bond to something and you have choices to make because of this bond. You weren't clear on what to do, but you know that there is something important that you have to do. Okay, with the 7 of Cups, that means that there is confusion, maybe illusion, and that's why you're so confused. That's why you're not clear, especially with this Ace of Swords being here. You have a lot of responsibilities, but you have choices to make on what is more important in those choices and in that confusion. Okay, with the 5 of Pentacles being in reverse, it's time for you to get it together. Cut your losses, move forward. It's not about the past. Things may be bad now, but you have to move on. You have to move forward. It's not about what other people think with the 6 of Wands. Sometimes you may fail, but you have to get back up. You can't let this confusion run you. Okay? It's about prioritizing. It's about moving. Okay? It's about getting things done. That was really quick for you, Leo. Yes, you have the Chariot and you have the King of Wands. The Chariot is about movement. It's about where your willpower is and your control. You know that there are choices you need to make. You know these choices. Even though it seems like a burden, a lot to do, you have to be dedicated to do that. You have to have that determination, okay? This gives you a path, so you have something to move forward into. Not worrying about what other people think or believe. It's about you and about you moving forward and doing what it is that you need to do. Okay? So you have the solar plexus chakra and Seek, which is the Hierophant. The solar plexus chakra is about your self-esteem, your confidence. Okay? Not letting other people make decisions for you. You make decisions for yourself because you're strong enough to do that. It's a focus on your empowerment. Okay? Now you have Seek. This is the Hermit. This is about going within and understanding that it is about you. And to help you build your confidence, make the right decisions, and have the drive that you need to succeed. Remember, this week is about prioritizing. And once you prioritize, Once you get that into union with you and who you are, then you can make some action this week. Okay? Last but not least, we have Sagittarius. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for the week of June 10th through 16th? What would you like Sagittarius to know, pay attention to, or be aware of at this time? King of Cups in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. I heard work right off the bat. Okay. Seven of Wands in reverse. The Lover's card, which came up for every single fire sign. Temperance. Five of Swords. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Now, for this overall energy, it talks about not being clear, okay? Be careful on the direction that you're going in and what it is that you're fighting for. Because if you're not clear, if you don't understand, don't get angry, don't get frustrated, don't jump to conclusions this week. That's not good for you, okay? You have to understand that there is more to be done. You may not understand. You may be getting frustrated, but you need to keep going, okay? You are, and we start off with the King of Cups in reverse. Now, the King of Cups is usually in control of his emotions. He's mastered that. In reverse, he's having a down day. So it means that he can be manipulated. He's moody. He's volatile. His emotions are all over the place. But he's very good at manipulating emotions because he understands them. So you have a choice to make. You can continue to manipulate yours or someone else's emotions, or make a choice to do something different and be in union with the situation. Okay? You do have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is beautiful. That means that you have this opportunity for money, success, a better situation, stability, maybe in a relationship. But you have to have more patience with the Temperance. You're getting angry because things aren't happening quickly, okay? Which means that your emotions are getting a little bit too involved within the situation, okay? You have to be smarter. Not that you're being stupid. I don't want to say that. You just have to be smarter. Seven of Wands being in reverse. You're in fear of being wrong. In fear of being criticized by the choices that you're making. So this is your way of keeping yourself safe. But there is an opportunity for something bigger here. Okay? You just have to have patience and you have to have balance. You don't want to be in an excess, do excess of anything. You have the Five of Swords here. Be careful about trying to step over people. Be careful of trying to play the game, because I'm hearing that you're trying to play the game that someone's playing with you, and that's not fair. That's not balanced. And you're doing this out of fear of falling into something, fear of losing, fear of being wrong. That's why you're here, and that's why you're doing that. You have the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. This talks about stability, home, work, things like that, career. Five of Pentacles in reverse talks about moving on. Cut your losses. Understand that sometimes things happen. You don't have to change your emotions because of that. You can be in control of those emotions. Moderation. You have a choice, remember? Okay? You also have something that you can grasp on with the Ace of Pentacles. It means that it's bringing something into you, a new cycle in your stability and work, things like that, that is being offered to you. The 10 of Pentacles, it talks about ultimate happiness and ultimate security, but you have to make that choice, okay? And you have to be steady along your path. You have to be reliable in order to get reliability, okay? So let's pull out it's this one. This is the Chariot, which is move. And it talks about having willpower and determination. Where are you exerting your energy? Are you wasting it on something trivial? Or are you using it to its best abilities? These two hands are like you and spirit becoming intertwined. This is the hand fasting ceremony when you get married, okay? It's about making that move to be in union, that determination, okay? It's like a victory for yourself. You have the opportunity to have that. So thank you so much for listening. I will see you next week. I love you very much. Remember, if you want a private reading, links in the description box below. Love and light. Bye-bye.